Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Day number 4 on the John Deere R70 build. And what we have done here is we finally have the motor mounted and we have the jack shaft installed. Now, yesterday I took this thing for a spin, and wouldn't you know, it was ungodly, insanely loud with this thing right here, and the blast pipe really wasn't suitable for where I'm going to be putzing around with this thing. So I ended up putting this on there. Feels wrong putting that on there after I had that blast pipe on there, but I wanted it to be actually tolerable to drive around for fun without any sort of ear protection. So that's why I got this little muffler on there. Anyway, a big thing that I did was the jack shaft. Now, I had an old 1-inch shaft off of like a conveyor or something like that I used. Now, what I ended up doing is I actually had to cut the shaft off and machine a keyway for it. So now what I ended up doing, the map that I ended up doing, it is going to be roughly around 30 miles an hour. And yesterday I took it for a spin, and wouldn't you know, it doesn't have much torque. Main clutch, 14 teeth. Secondary gear right here is either 21 or 22. Then we have a 16 tooth here, and then that goes to the main gear on the drive shaft, which is 54. Now, just taking this around the yard, even just going 5-10 miles an hour on this thing gets super sketchy with the steering. So I might actually replace this one right here, which is not the easiest of tasks, and I might replace that with a larger gear. So, and that's going to require me to get a new chain, get a new gear, weld a new gear on, and obviously mount it to the shaft here. But anyway, she does run, she does go. So that's one big thing accomplished. So next couple episodes, what I'm going to be doing is mounting the seat right there. And what I'm going to do is it's just going to be about 5 inches off of the main body. I'm just going to cut a couple of pieces of 1-inch tube and mount it like that. The throttle, which I have still yet to figure out. Obviously I want it hooked up to this, to that pedal right there. I have a couple of different options. I have that right there, which is pretty much a bike brake cable. I have the old throttle right there. Now, if you can look on here, here is the actual throttle right here. So this this lever goes to this lever right here, which is the rev limiter, and then that in turn goes to the throttle. So I have to figure out a way to get everything working at the same time, which, I mean, it is what it is. I just got to figure it out. The other thing that I'm going to be doing on this is a cutoff switch, because right now, I mean, this was off of an old snowblower, so here's the throttle, and then to turn it off, this part of the lever has to touch this little tiny switch right here. So once that touches that, that grounds the ignition and, essentially kills the engine. So I'm going to put a secondary kill switch somewhere on the front of the machine, just so I have that option, in case it tries to run away on me. Anyway, so we got a couple of more episodes until we get this puppy done, and until then, thanks for watching. Have a good one.